Matt Gaetz, the representative, Matt Gaetz. Mm-hmm. Matt Gaetz is a spokesperson for Trump. Okay.
Okay.
Everything,
he's one of the mega people.
Everything that Matt Gaetz is doing, he's being told by Trump. Okay, because he goes and he has dinner with them and he talks to him on the phone. Out with him. He's what's that Shakespeare where the guy is afraid to talk to the woman and the guy talks for him and he says everything he wants to say. That's Matt Gaetz.
Okay,
he's saying everything. He's speaking for Donald Trump.
Okay,
because Donald Trump can't say anything because he's not there.
Right.
So he uses giant head Matt Gaetz and bleach blonde Marjorie Taylor Greene, nut job, and Hobart. Well, not really Hobart as much.
Okay.
Lauren Hobart. But I don't call her Bobert, it's Hobart.
Hobart.
So Matt Gaetz was upset with McCarthy.
And a lot of people said they were probably on the bandwagon with him, not for the same reasons, but apparently McCarthy had made some promises to him.
Well, here's the thing. McCarthy, when he first became speaker, he barely won, and they already told him, if you do one thing we don't like, we're getting rid of you.
Right.
So he was trying to walk both lines.
Okay.
He was trying to please them, the mega people, and the other Republicans, the ones that's not the mega people.
Okay.
He was trying to walk that line, and you can't do that. Mm-mm. The Bible even say you hot or cold.
Right.
If you warm, I'm going to spew you out of my mouth.
Be double-minded.
You can't serve two masters.
Well,
that's what he was trying to do. Mm-hmm. And he saw what happens to when you try to
come
do
in
that.
Strong with whoever you want to support, yes. And don't let the others not bully you.
So Matt Gaetz knew from the beginning he owned McCarthy. So he knew that.
And Marjorie Taylor Greene too.
All of them knew that.
Did he put her on some committee or something?
He put her on a lot of committees. That's why you don't hear her saying that. She's quiet. Because he was giving her what she needed. But on the other side, there were certain things that they wanted and he wasn't giving it to them. Okay. He didn't want, they didn't want him negotiating with the Democrats on more money to Ukraine, which you already know how I feel about that. Mm-hmm. I feel like there shouldn't be. I'm done with Ukraine. But apparently everybody still wants to give money, but nobody wants to know when is the end.
Well, they said
when does it end?
He did put a cap on it. I thought he put a time frame.
Not yet. They haven't voted on nothing yet. It's not even part of the thing.
That was one of the things that was brought up. It's like putting a time frame on it.
Let's say you put a time.
Then after that, you kind of
right. Let's say you put a time frame on it.
They
right?
said a year or something.
Let's say you put a time frame on it. You don't think that Putin is still going to go after that time frame?
Don't put the time frame out there. That's the problem. We don't need to tell nobody what we're doing. Why can't? And then why would the House and the representatives discuss that? That's foreign affairs. That's our top sergeants and stuff.
Well, they still have to pass a thing.
I know, but the fact is, why would we tell our secrets?
Okay, so here's the thing.
We're gonna by midnight,
right?
January.
Let's just say, for the sake of argument, you don't tell.
Okay.
What does it matter? You think Putin in any time in the near future?
I don't know. He may do that before the time frame.
No, is gonna stop trying to get Ukraine.
I don't know.
He's not. So even putting a time frame doesn't matter.
Well, I'm thinking from what I'm hearing, the time frame is to not financially help them.
So then you wasted all the billions of dollars.
And they probably discussed that as NATO. I don't know. That's a good question.
Dumb.
That's a good
That's
point.
Number one. So that was one thing they was asking for that I did agree with. The other thing that I agree with is our border is ridiculous. It's thousands and thousands of people, literally, we showed you on the other show, walking through the water and right through the gate and coming right into the country.
But my thing was, even with Matt Gaetz and saying that McCarthy didn't do this or that and promised this and that, I don't like the fact that the committee that Matt Gaetz is on was going to shut the government down, though.
That was what I get it.
You got your list of stuff,
right?
Your commands, your reasons for it.
Right.
You're going to shut the government down,
right?
Because that's not happening. You need a time frame to even do that.
I didn't want holding the country hostage.
Yes, and I didn't like what Matt Gaetz did with that part.
That's the part.
Okay.
And not willing to negotiate with the Democrats to get stuff done.
To get something done.
So that's the part I don't agree with.
Exactly.
But the stuff they was asking for, I wasn't disagreeing with it. So with all of that going on, they're battling each other. They're behind closed doors. They're cussing each other out. They're even cussing each other out on the floor. Giant head Gaetz and McCarthy. So it comes down to, he's under fire too, Gaetz, because he has an ethics problem going on. Remember, he had that whole issue with, it says, no one can stand him at this point. A smart guy without morals, one lawmaker told Fox News, who is reportedly the subject of a House ethics probe. House Republicans are mulling an expulsion of Matt Gaetz, a controversial lawmaker at the center of the House ethics probe, reportedly focusing on sexual misconduct and other allegations. So he's not out of the fire. He got McCarthy out, but they could be getting ready to get rid of him.
Exactly.
No one can stand him at this point, somebody said. The outlet reports that the House GOP members, these are Republicans, are preparing a motion to expel him, just as the Republican firebrand has been publicly threatening to initiate a recall vote against Kevin McCarthy. Mm-hmm. So, but I told you, I don't think he cares, because his big goal is to run for governor of Florida.
And I really don't think he's going to make it.
Trump wants him to run for governor of Florida.
Because as much as we don't like DeSantis, he has a lock on that state as governor. Mm-hmm. And let's just say, for sake of argument, Trump wins the Republican nominee. Does that mean DeSantis goes back to his job as governor? Right? Don't they go back to the job if they lost in the election? Because I think Romney went back to governor of New Hampshire. So So does Matt Gaetz really think he's going to beat DeSantis running for governor?
So to get McCarthy out,
I don't know.
Get McCarthy out, they needed half the votes.
Okay.
To expel Gaetz, they need 2/3 vote, which means they need a large portion of the Democrats. They're going to get rid of him.
They're going to get him out. They don't like him from the beginning. But you know what? The problem with our the whole thing with politics is hypocrisy. This is me. I'm just saying, for sake of argument, if I got a lot of skeletons in my closet, like the song Stevie Wonder says, I wouldn't say nothing to nobody.
But people are stupid.
I wouldn't come at you.
Yeah.
Because I got stuff in my closet and somebody may pull it out.
Why would you even run, though, for anything?
No, I would run, but I would, listen. I bet you if you were to go to each and every politician, they got something in their closet. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Not nothing major, hopefully. That's what I'm saying.
Jackson
skeletons to pull it out.
Michael Jackson said, keep it in the closet. Do, do, do. Do-do.
I wasn't thinking of his song. I was thinking of Stevie Wonder. Skeletons in your closet. All right. Itching to come outside. But I wouldn't be quiet per se. I would fight for my area that I'm running for and covering, but I wouldn't be ousting everybody else doing that. Because that's the same thing pointing at them will be pointing right back at me.
My mother always want to see what's going on here. Mm-hmm. So let's see, Ma, if they try to get rid of Matt Gaetz. Yeah, that's the next
because he's messy too. Yeah, he's messy.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right, so that's the latest with him. But he is a spokesperson for Trump. Everything that's happening, I believe that Trump is for it. He wants the Republican Party to fight against each other. Mm-hmm. He wanted McCarthy out. He doesn't want anybody that's talking to Democrats or doing anything. He wants the
Democrats to look bad.
And this puts the country in shambles because they more than likely aren't going to pass a bill in 45 days, which means the government will shut down, and that makes Biden look bad. So that's what Trump wants. He wants everybody. He wants it to look bad so that he looks like the savior.
Now, again, going back to what one of the representatives said on The View yesterday or the other day, the president does have the say on what actually shuts down. Right. So let's say worst case scenario, the government shuts down. He can still say military still get paid. Seniors still get their benefits, and people won't be as mad. Right. But because people right away say government shut down. Oh no. The border. He can keep the border open. He makes that decision.
He needs to close that border. I'm sick of him with this border.
Not the border open. I'm saying the border with the people there to work the border.
All right.
He'll keep that going.
They not doing nothing. They just standing there watching the people come in.
They still waiting on more people, aren't they?
They ain't waiting on nothing. They literally standing there and watching people come in. Ridiculous.
That wasn't the section I saw.
Oh, well.
That's what I'm saying. So many.
It don't matter. We got thousands coming in the section I saw. So it don't matter.